I'm Tammy Hooper, the Chief of Police in Asheville, North Carolina. When I came here in 2015, the community was already engaged in a lot of social justice and criminal justice reform conversations. In 2016, in July, we had an officer-involved fatal shooting.
Breaking news, an Asheville police officer has shot and killed a man at
Hundreds of protesters packed the streets of
Even though the shooting was justified, just the use of fatal force was devastating to many of our community members.
The original idea was to have a conversation as we came together to talk about how do we incorporate the community within the police policy decision-making.
Fortunately, we were already in relationship, and it seemed extra essential to have new policies. That's when Vera came in.
We got 16 people who represented a broad spectrum of diverse groups within our city.
Well, first of all, the small working groups were no more than 5 or 6 at the table, and they were mostly people of color.
Entering into this process with law enforcement officers, there always a nervousness for anyone of color to sit across from someone that has on a badge and uniform.
Use of force is a big issue amongst law enforcement agencies nationwide. So there was a lot of emotion in the room. I would say on both sides.
At this point in our society, there isn't a lot of harmony, and there isn't a lot of people looking to collaborate, and I think this exercise did some of that.
We were just able to candidly talk about those and work through those issues. The facilitator was great to keep us on track.
But the objective was to have something in place that we could all look at and say, yes, this is reasonable.
This wasn't a one and done for us. We didn't just come up with this and then forget about it and walk away. We're telling officers that we expect them to use this de-escalation. We have to train them on how to do that. And so we trained every single officer in this police department on de-escalation.
No, this was not an easy process initially, and like I said, when I travel around the nation right now, when I tell people the process we went through, they look at me like I'm crazy. When I'm able to articulate though and explain how it went, how successful it's been in our community, I think it makes them really back up and think about it.